Hey guys, welcome back to another World of Warcraft guide, and the first thing that you need to do is be revered with the Court of Ferondis and head to their quartermaster in Azuna. Once there you need to buy the beginner's guide, and this is the item that you need to find the books. And each day of the week is a different spawn for a different book, and this item will take you to the books. However, they do have a respawn timer, so you might not always find them. And this item has a 4-hour cooldown, so I'm going to show you how to get to these locations on your own without using the item. So this is where you'll find chapter 1 in the Ruined Sanctum. Again, the book will actually take you here, but because the book has a 4-hour cooldown, you might teleport here and you might not find the book, and you might not want to wait around, so you might want to get back to these on foot without waiting for the 4-hour cooldown so you don't miss it. But here is chapter 1, hopefully this place is very familiar to you next to the construct right in front of it. But that one's not really a hard one to get. Now chapter 2, if you come down here on this sort of island at the south near the cove, you will look up and you will find a tower. Now traditionally the book's the only way to get to this tower, but if you're an engineer there is a cheeky way you can get to it from Dalaran, so I jump off the edge of Dalaran and then initiate the glide pretty much straight away. And I will speed up this footage so you can see how I actually get here quite quickly. You can see there's Dalaran. It's not that far away from where I've shown you in the video. There is no other way to get to this tower apart from obviously the 4-hour book, but unless you're willing to wait for the book to spawn and you want to get back here before the 4-hour cooldown window, this is the best way to do it, only if you're an engineer though. I'm sorry this might not apply to everyone, but you could always try and buy a goblin glider as well. There is chapter 2. And you might be noticing that there's actually a portal behind me. Sadly this portal is one way, so there is no portal to actually get up the tower. This is so that you can actually just get down, and you can see it takes me right back to where I started chapter 2, right by this rock here. Now chapter 3 is on the northwest near the Hate Coil Naga camp with the sort of enslaved Murlocs. It's a PvP world objective now and then, so you might be familiar with it. But if you come all the way to the end of the edge here on these rocks, Time-worn Strand, as you can see, right on the edge of the rock here, there is chapter 3. This one is a very easy one to get to, so that one will not cause you any trouble. Now for chapter 4 you want to head to the ley ruins of... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I just suck at pronouncing these things. And you might recognize this world objective, but you want to head all the way up to the edge here, click on this portal, and then it will sort of take you all the way up to the top of this tower here, where you will see another portal, which is how you get back down again. Bit of a theme here, but you'll notice that here I actually found a beginner's guide to dimensional rifting. This is actually a fake book. If you remember the achievement from Wrath the Lich King, similar to this in Dalaran, you could find fake books which were not actually the ones you want to pick up, so you want to watch out for those. Now we're on chapter 5, so to start off chapter 5 you want to head to Asia Wing Repost and head just north. And you will find this pathway just going up with these fell torches all the way to the top. You might recognise this place because there is a rare up here. It's called Pale Doom's Overlook, and you might also notice the iconic bear cave from up here as well. But we're going to head all the way to the top. The rare's on the right, but if you head just around this sort of broken tree branch you will find chapter 5. I did actually get the achievement here because I did actually get these out of order, but now we're going to move on to chapter 6. Now this one is quite near chapter 1, and it's just sort of up here near this pathway, so you'll want to run all the way up here. And this one really is not hidden at all. It's just by this sort of slanted tree looking down upon the Naga camp in the middle. But there is chapter 6. Now for chapter 7, the last one, it's in another one of those annoying towers that we found chapter 2 in, which traditionally you will only be able to get there from the book. Now where we want to start is right next to where we found chapter 6, and you want to do a complete 180 and head all the way up this cliff. Hopefully this will be familiar to you. Once I reach the top you will see a Fell Saber in an Illidari camp, and on the right is where you will find and summon a world boss demon. But instead we want to head left towards the ruins, another Naga place, and you will see the tower in question. You want to head up this rock here towards the edge, and then right on the edge here you will sort of want to make a little jump. Be careful not to jump off the edge, you want to jump up here. These jumps are not as hard as they might look, they're pretty easy. And then once you get up to the edge here, you will sort of face the tower, and you can see there's another cheeky portal inside this tower from number 2. Now the only way to get to this tower from here is to actually glide, but for the sake of the video I'm going to use the Rockfeather Skyhorn kite, so that you don't need to buy or get a goblin glider to do this. This is just the traditional one from High Mountain, and I will put a guide on screen just so that you can actually get that for yourself if you haven't already. But there is chapter 7, that is the last chapter, and then you can see there's the other portal behind me that will just take me down again. Now if we go back to chapter 5 where I got the achievement, if you want to open your mail, once you've obtained the achievement you will be given this item, which is another dimensional rift. And I thought I'd give it a go, let's see where it takes me, and this one actually took me to Stormheim. So instead of the first one which takes you to a random book spawn, this one takes you to a random place in the world. But that's all for this video. Be sure to subscribe for some more World of Warcraft guides or look back at some of my previous ones. Thank you very much for watching.